Yo, right across the internet, I could up on your mobile phone, I could up on your social media platform. This is Jambo Radio, www.jamboradio.co.uk. We're multilingual, we're conversational, in the languages where you understand. We are Jambo Radio, inspiring transformation.
Hello. Welcome, queens and queens, to the Ask V show. What's popping? I'm your hostess, Queen V. On this show, always, it's all about taking care of our bodies, our hearts, and our soul, and our minds. That part, we don't forget to take care of our minds. Have you checked in with yourself today? How are you feeling? What's making you feel that way? Why that feeling? And how can I love myself for it and through it? Right? That's the question we ask ourselves. No matter what's happening, what's going down, we always ask ourselves, how are we feeling? That's the first question. Why am I feeling that way? How can I love myself through whatever it is? Yeah? So what's popping? It's a new week. It's amazing. It's the last day of January. Guys. Sprinkle. It's the last day of January. I hope you're feeling rejuvenated. I hope you're not beat down, And if you are, the worst of the worst is finished. The worst is usually the first month of the year, right? It's done. It's finished. It's not coming back, not till next year, and we learn through our mistakes. So next year is not going to be so hard. And if it was easy, guys, we keep the momentum in it. We hope for the best. We hope for always being the best and always having it smooth. So today, before we start our show, again, guys, I kept on saying this last week. Download the app. Download the app, if you want to reach us. If you want to talk to me, if you have any questions, the show is called Ask V. If you have any comments, if you want to just send me a message, if you just want to say hi, if you just want to say what's poppin', you can WhatsApp us and message me or send a voice note on +44 745 9906 822 or call the studio on 0141 530 27. Alternatively, you can hit us up on Facebook at Jambo Radio Scotland, Twitter at Jambo Radio Scot, Insta at jamboradio.scotland, or email us at info@jamboradio.co.uk. Better yet, just download the app. Download the app, Jambo Radio Scotland. Download the app. It's just so much easier. I'm joined in studio today by a lovely friend of mine. She's called Leah.
Wagwan people.
Hey, what's poppin', Leah?
What's poppin', man?
How are you?
It's good to see you.
Introduce yourself for us. Tell us who you are, what you do, what keeps you alive, what makes you wake up in the morning, what motivation.
I like that. So, hi everyone. My name is Leah, aka Leah.
Mm-hmm.
If you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I do. If you're Kenyan, it's Leah.
If you're local, it's Leah.
Yeah,
aka Lee, and from Glasgow. And I originally from 254. Period.
What's
Nairobi.
Like
that, yeah.
Yes.
I'm so glad to link up with you. It's been a long time
I
coming.
know. I'm so glad to have you on the show.
We
haven't spoken in like 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days, 2 days.
Feels
maybe
like forever, honestly.
You know. So guys, remember, call us, WhatsApp us, download the app. Download the app. It's not that serious.
Do it.
Today, guys, we're going to be talking about friendships. And I'd just like to say, I'd like to put this on the record. Friendships in your 20s are the ghetto. Do you agree?
I feel like you realize who people truly are, like as you go on, like
in your 20s.
Advance in your 20s. Past 26 is when you realize what's going on.
You realize who's for you.
Right.
Wow, when I was late to that party.
You didn't get the
But
memo.
no, it's actually, yeah, that's true. At 26 is when you realize, oh, yeah, this one is a good friend. This one is just there to waste me.
Yeah.
I get it. So okay, let me start from the beginning. let me seclude them.
Right.
Girl friendships and boy friendships. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how you relate with your friends and how you relate with your boyfriends
Yeah.
is definitely always different, right?
Always.
Or is it the same? Like, do you
No.
vibe the same?
I remember, I'll take you back when I was younger, before I went to school.
Mm.
My mom in the morning, she was like, never trust anyone. And then we'd have this conversation, how was school, da da da. How many friends do you have today? And I would say, Mom, I have like 15 friends. It's like, no, that's not possible.
Yeah, that's a lot.
At that time I was like 10, I didn't know what she meant.
Oh, yeah.
And then later on,
Yeah.
when things hit the fan and you're like, I really need someone to come
Talk
through
to.
for me, and I'm like, where my friends at?
Right.
All my 10 friends, where you at?
Right.
Can't
So them were
even-
just acquaintances.
Right.
Just people you know. And you know, we tend to make that mistake a lot. We tend to confuse people we know to people we're actual friends with. My best friend always says, my best friend's called Lexi, guys. I'll introduce you to her soon. Yes. Anyway, she always says there's a difference between your friend, your acquaintance, your partner, and people you know.
I like that.
You know, there's people you know and you think, oh yeah, that's a friend. And you know, we keep saying, oh yeah, he's a friend or she's a
Right,
friend.
right.
You know, and maybe you like speak twice a year.
Right.
Where you're like, oh yeah, I know her, yeah, she's my friend. You know, but what does it actually mean? What does it entail to call somebody your friend?
I believe it's like,
What would you tell your 19-year-old self or your 20-year-old self when it comes to picking friends?
do you know what, I have no regrets, even if friends along the way have really done me this and that. I feel like it's part of the process for you to realize and for you to appreciate. When you get true friends, you will appreciate those 2 or 3 people you have in your circle.
Facts.
Otherwise, if you had them from the beginning, you'll be like, this is how it's always going to be like. People will always come through for you. But when you go through the lessons and character development, first of
The way it
all,
hits. What I think for me, I'd tell my 19-year-old self,
yeah.
girl, don't be too trusting. Don't be too trusting. Don't be too accommodating. Set boundaries. Definitely set like a gazillion, 1,100 boundaries.
Right.
Because what? And if somebody does break your boundaries, or
Yeah.
no, there's a law against that. I strongly believe that you do not cross over boundaries as a friend. It's just respectful.
But you don't know when you're crossing them until you cross them. That's when you're like, oh, okay, I
No,
went
but
too
there's-
far.
So maybe people need to set boundaries. Guys, if you have friends, set boundaries. Honestly, set boundaries. Oh, just set boundaries.
Right.
And see, boundaries depends on who you are
Yeah.
and where you're at as a person.
Yeah.
Like where you're at in your life.
Right.
Because I can maybe have a boundary that right now, I'm living alone, with my baby, and we're fine. So I can have the boundary of a friend can come over,
Right.
and even sleep over for days.
Right. Yeah.
But it reaches a point where you gotta go home.
Right.
Like there's that boundary.
Yeah.
There's that boundary of you
it's
cannot
like
you cannot be
unspoken
all up in my closet.
Yeah,
No.
right.
Like because especially us girls,
Yeah.
we tend to blur the lines.
Overstep.
Yeah, we tend to overstep a lot, and it's crazy because we don't set the boundaries. We just feel that uncomfort or discomfort inside, and then you're like, see, she's my friend, so it's fine, and no, girl, no, it's no.
I get what you mean, Vi, especially migrants forming friendships abroad. You tend to have there's levels to it. Like there's the party friends, because you can't go out alone in anywhere in the UK, so you have to form this clique. We're gonna go out, and then the second layer of, all right, now we know each other beyond partying. She needs me to come through. It's like it's different from friendships back home. I don't know if you can agree with that.
No, me, I tend to think they're the same everywhere.
Mhm.
It just depends on like what situation you're in.
Right.
It really just depends. Right. Next questions. How many girlfriends do you have?
Oh, do you know what? Excluding my mom and my sister, less than 3.
Yeah. That's a good thing, you know.
Less than 3, honestly.
That's a good thing. It's a more serene lifestyle, I tend to think.
And I don't even talk to them every day or every other month. It's every other, when it's needed to be
when
talked
it's
about.
necessary.
Yeah.
But you know, that's also normal.
Let's normalize that, you know.
Life gets busy sometimes.
It does.
It really does.
It does.
It gets overwhelming, and you just can't always speak on the phone.
Yeah.
Or you can't just always meet.
Mhm.
You can definitely make time for it.
Yeah.
Me, Kwanzaa, as my friend, how do you not make time for me?
I mean, send me a meme, you know, just send me a meme.
Yeah, but no,
Let
but
me
like,
know
how
I'm
do you
thinking
not make
about
time
you.
for me to see you physically as my friend, if we can?
Because life happens.
No,
No.
I don't get that.
Oh,
I honestly do not.
tell you what, me and you, for instance, when's the last time we linked up until this year? Been a minute, doesn't mean
To
like,
be fair, we were like in different continents for a while.
true.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Mhm.
But like, I don't understand that. Sorry, life cannot get so busy that you as my friend don't get time to meet with me.
I get you.
I don't understand that.
There's
Sorry,
no
I do not.
justification
There's no justification.
to whatsoever level.
There's
never ever.
literally no justification. You can always find an hour. You can always find half an hour even to meet up with me as my friend, and we can sit down and catch up and talk. Like, yes, we can do that on text. We can do that on video call.
Right.
But sorry, physical meetups,
Yeah.
you cannot convince me otherwise.
It's out of sight, out of mind.
That's not a friend then, that's an acquaintance.
Going back to that for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, I tend to think that out of sight, out of mind, you're not really a friend.
True.
I'm just probably there because you need something from
Some
me.
company.
Mhm.
That, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because what? That don't make sense to me. So what do you think is different, like, from girl best friends and boy best friends?
First of all, I believe it's not supposed to be in existence. Me having a male bestie, it's been proved not to work. I don't think it's possible. Maybe on another universe, not on this planet. No, I don't believe in male girlfriend and female besties for the males. No, it's not supposed to be.
No, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a thing.
Yeah, no matter how
But like,
convincing
do you
it
not relate with them differently?
with guys, yes, but not as besties. Because at the end of the day, this is something I got from my male friends. It's always at the back of my mind whether they're gonna score or not with you, even if yeah, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just exhausting.
You know the
But
work
honestly,
husbands and that, it's just how
yeah.
it's just my work bestie. Like,
No.
it's at the back of the mind, in the subconscious. It's like, it's a possibility. What if? Yeah.
I think I've met different friends because I only have one guy best friend. That's Tony, who was on the show last week, guys, if you remember.
Right.
But
Shout
like,
out to Tony.
see, that question is never on our minds. I think
Right.
we didn't even go through that. See, I would like to say we are past that.
Right.
I don't think we ever went through that channel. It was just always like, oh yeah, hi, oh yeah, we are friends, like there's no that question of, is there ever going to be a time where
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
no it's just funny.
I mean, that's from my perspective and my friends. Maybe they're messed up like that, like me, but
Or maybe you're just attractive like that,
Stop. I don't think so.
If to be honest, if like that's how people think about it,
Right,
that's
it's
crazy.
sad, yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's the reality, honestly.
That's crazy.
I mean,
That's
it's the
crazy.
reality of what I've gone through, but yeah.
And what's up with just just gonna ask this. I'm gonna pose this question to my male audience. I'm honestly going to pose it. Is it true? Is it true that whenever you have a girlfriend, and I'm not a girlfriend, but a girlfriend, yeah? If you have them, are you constantly asking yourself whether or not it's possible for you to smash, or is it a pass? Do you not just see this person and think, oh yeah, we can be platonic friends, you know, they're good vibe, they're me? Because I tend to think that I can have such, you know, friends, maybe because of my experience with my best friend, but like I don't think that's never on my mind that, oh, so this guy is being a friend because they're thinking whether no. In fact, if I ever thought like that, I think I'd just run.
Let me tell you, I've had cases where guys have been friends with girls for like years, 5 years. Immediately the guy got what he wanted, he was out.
That's a patient man. God.
Yeah. But
that's not leave patience aside, but like that's just gross.
Yeah,
that's honestly just not gross humanity.
Tell us though. Tell us whether it's real.
I know. Tell us, please. Tell us. Again, the number to message or send a voice note to on WhatsApp is +44 745 990 6822. Yeah. And or call the studio on 0141 530 2787. Alternatively, you can hit us up on Facebook at Jambo Radio Scotland, Twitter Jambo Radio Scot, Insta at jamboradio.scotland, or email us at info@jamboradio.co.uk. Better yet, just download the app. Again, download the app. It's just easier. Yeah. So next question: how did your friendships come about? Like, was there a certain situation that, you know, put you in the same room together? Did you meet through people?
Do you mean like my besties or just general?
Yeah, just generally.
So most of my friendships have been forged through having fun, like
especially here in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Besides school, maybe secondary and uni and that. Most of them was through like parties or networking events, which ended up you network with people, you don't even connect with them, we connect with friends of their friends.
I get that,
like the universe just bringing you all together, no matter how, whatever it takes.
Yeah. And do you tend, so me and you are from the same, you know, area code back home. Do you feel like it's more difficult to make friends here? Because I honestly feel that way. I feel like you can't. There's some sort of seclusion that occurs, and I don't know, I try to combat that. So every year I host Christmas dinner for them asylum from immigrants rather that don't have families here. You get and through that, like, you know, we've met different kinds of people and we've formed relationships, friendships, strong ones that, you know, can withstand everything. As much as maybe we don't talk every day, shout out Laura, shout out Samira. So as much as we don't talk every day, like I know them people, they're my people. You get always. But like I feel like if I was back home, it would be so easy for me to make friends. You just get out the house.
Yeah. You literally just take a step outside your door.
You know, hi. You just take a step out the door and you've got friends. True. Like you've at least spoken to people.
True.
And like here you can get out of the house, go do your whatever, your shopping, your nini, or whatever it is you need to do, and you'll come back to the house and you will not have spoken to a single person. That's crazy.
True.
That's crazy.
But you know what? I feel like that's been cultivated like in us since we were younger. Like we'd have them family get-togethers and this and that. Like when you come here, it's a bit superficial. You see them on the streets, people smile at you, right? They all, it's like, and then that's
that's it. I swear that's it.
It's just a little. I hate that smile, by the way.
You hate it? it gives me some hope.
I saw
There's
it.
still humanity.
So fake. I'd rather someone just looks at me and is like just stone cold, just
Really?
cream faced.
I'm usually
a
the
fake
smiler
smile.
sometimes.
If it's make, I'm not smiling back. No.
Oh, me, I'm usually the smile. I'll smile and maybe nod a little bit. Yeah, what's popping? What's up? We won't necessarily talk, but maybe that smile can make somebody's day.
Right.
You just don't know about it.
True. No, but sometimes when them people do it, when I say, when those fake smilers do it, it's just because they're nervous, right? They don't know how to approach you. So
Can be asked to talk to you as well.
They feel like they have to compensate the awkwardness with a fake smile. Like, don't do it.
Just move away.
So just walk, look at each other awkwardly and move on.
Yeah. Now I'd like to maybe a little advice to, the people in their 20s, including myself. What do you do when, like, for example, you have a fallout with your friend out of a misunderstanding, not even anything life-changing, serious. You just have a misunderstanding and finally the friendship, you realize, is just gone. It's not revivable. What do you do in that situation?
Is this a girl friendship or a girl versus relationship or same gender or?
Well, it doesn't really matter. Just a friendship in general. Yeah, and you just drift away in life. I think people become busy. True. Or like people you elevate, or like you move somewhere and you're no longer in cahoots, you're no longer in communication. So you just end up like, drifting apart.
Yeah.
Or even something happens, a boundary was crossed. Because I don't cross my boundaries, we are done. We are done. Me not care who you are. We are done.
Believe her, guys.
We're done. We're just done. But even like, I know, because I like my peace. Yeah. I like my comfort as well. And I like my security. And I like to know that I can trust the people around me. So if I feel like I can't trust you, or if I feel like, we're just not acquainted, like we're just not on the same vibrational energy anymore, like, I don't know, I just feel like this your company,
and
it's not on the same wavelength as I am. I'll just be like, I'll just tell you, sorry, I don't feel like our energy is compatible anymore. I don't feel like I want to, be associated with you anymore. And not like associated in the sense that we can't talk or we can't whatever. I just don't want you to be in my circle. I don't want you to be that close. You get, because there's your circle, there's your inner circle, and then there's your outer circle, right? Like just people that you see and you say hi to and you're like, oh, hi, what's up, what's popping? But then there's them people that you can go and cry around and like laugh around, and your ugliest laugh, because I have an ugly laugh, guys. What?
So
you can just
ugly.
Hey, where you've not had it full force. Where? Yeah. Once you feel like you can't quite, be in such a space, or like be in such a space with them, I tend to literally tell you, sorry, it's not working. You get, it's like, I just can't, and I do not know how to be fake around people. I 100. Definitely don't know how to do that. I get really exhausted. So I'll just tell you, bye. But it's not that it doesn't hurt. That hurt, that painfulness. What do you do with that? Because that painfulness, in my belief, is what most people avoid. And they end up choosing the wrong kinds of friendships.
Right.
So they end up spiraling down.
Right.
Before you realize, it was the influence of your friend that right now there's no rent. You guys, you decided, let's go shere.
Right.
Let's go party. And then all of a sudden,
we ain't got no food left in the house.
True. Rent you.
I get what you mean. Like when the friendship starts now crossing borders, like you start to lose your priorities. That's not friendship anymore.
No, it's not.
It's not making sense.
Honestly, guys, 20-year-olds out there, if the kinds of friends you keep are not there to elevate you,
Right.
there to correct you,
Right.
there to make you think about tomorrow,
Right.
what are you doing? What are you doing? Because you can party today, you can party tomorrow, you can party for the next 6 months. You finna party all your life?
True.
I think not. If you do not have friends that tell you, hey, yo, we've partied maybe that's too much, but not in my book.
Right.
We've partied 4 consecutive weekends. Maybe it's about time we do something different.
Right.
This month. Maybe it's about time we save up a little bit. Take that vacation we finally wanted to take. Make that investment. Make that move for yourself.
Yeah.
If I do not have a friend that tells me that keeps reminding me that bye.
Even the conversations you're having shouldn't just be always about where we're going out next weekend.
No, it should never
It
be about
should be
that.
like, so this is your weakness in life, so how you gonna sort it? So you need to
Yeah.
do A, B,
And a
C,
friend
D,
that
how
makes
you
me
gonna
also
do
look
that?
within.
Right.
Like, for example, I could react a certain way to maybe somebody saying, hey, a certain comment,
Right.
just a random comment, but like, because I've heard that comment before in my childhood or something, and it's risen these feelings of, I wouldn't say insecurity, but like of defensiveness.
It's like triggered your trauma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when my trauma is triggered, I become defensive. You get? So if someone comes at me like that, I'll become defensive. I need a friend that's gonna tell me, hey, you're projecting.
Right.
You get?
But at the right time.
At the right time. Delivery is key. Guys,
Period.
Delivery is key.
Just can't be saying
Hey.
A, B, C, D.
No, you just can't
If
be
you wanna
coming those
project,
ones
you
of,
project.
hey, you just can't be coming those ones of, hey, you, yeah. Why is my friend shouting at me?
True.
Sorry?
Girl, like, you're checking me, but it's not now.
No,
Not sister,
it's not the
yeah.
time. Let's have a conversation in my kitchen.
Right.
My kitchen is
nobody-
always the conversational spot.
It is. It's the
Eh?
meeting point.
Let's sit down, let's talk. So why did you feel like this?
Right.
And people, most people don't do that.
Right.
Most people don't go back within.
Right.
Most people don't check, why am I feeling that way? This was the basis of this show today. Not for this show just today, but like this show in general.
Right.
What is that thing? What is that feeling?
Right.
Or what is that thing that makes you feel ouch? Or you feel like you have a hole in your heart?
Right.
Once you remember that, what's that thing that's like, what's that thing that's triggering your trauma?
Do you know, you've sparked something in me, V, like the first friendships we formed when we were young were within the
Yeah.
household.
Yeah.
So depending on how we were able to relate at, I don't know, who our guardians, our siblings at that level, that's the kind of example we grew up on what friendship is supposed to be. So now when you form friendships in your adulthood, past 18 and that, it's like a reflection of what your childhood was about.
Really?
Yeah, to some extent I could say that.
So hey, I need a psychologist up in here. You want to tell me how you form your friendships now is like related to your first friendships, which was your family dynamic.
They say charity begins at home for a
Yeah.
reason, because
Yeah.
that's where you see the meaning of love for the first time, meaning of hate, every
Yeah.
sort of emotion. You saw it in your before the 4 years before you went to nursery, and
Yeah, primarily at home.
yes,
Yeah.
so and that was a huge chunk of your life. That's a proper 4 years before you were introduced to the friends and teachers and all of that. So it's definitely
That was the formation to begin with.
so
That's crazy, guys. That's crazy.
yeah.
But the most beautiful thing about being an adult, and I know that's weird to say because in about this at all, But the most beautiful thing about being an adult is you get to make your own decisions and choices. You get to actually sit down and say, hey, fine, how it was when I was a child wasn't good enough for me. I'm not going to settle for that right now. So, no, I'm not going to allow it.
Right.
I'm not going to allow fake friends. I'm not going to allow users.
Right.
I'm not going to allow people that just are there to manipulate me. I'm not going to allow... What? Kwanza, this one we'll talk at the second part of the show. There's a caliber of friends you guys need to just keep away from because the ghetto is ghettoing.
Go on.
Guys, yo, hi, bo.
Spill this, spill
Why
it.
we'll talk about that at the second part of the show. Yeah, but for now, guys, send in your talks, your messages, your voice notes, your comments. Say hello to sister girl. Say hi, say what's popping on WhatsApp. That's +44 745 9906822, or call the studio on 0141 530 2787. Alternatively, you can hit us up on Facebook at Jambo Radio Scotland, Twitter at Jambo Radio Scot, Insta at jamboradio.scotland, or email us at info@jamboradio.co.uk. Better still, download the app. Download the app. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Senje, Ebu, come back home. Somebody loves you. Senje? Go
It's
back
winter.
home. It's winter. Go back home.
Senja, come home, baby.
Anyway, it's very important to know, guys. Somebody does love you. Somewhere. Somehow. Somebody does love you. You might not know about it. You might not know about them. But they do love you. And if you haven't found that person yet, you're going to find them. Life is short and it's full of surprises. So best believe you will find that person that loves you. And if you don't find that person, you better love you.
Go on.
Whether you find that person, even regardless, love you first. Hey, love you first. There's somebody that once asked me, what does it mean to love yourself? Yeah? What does it mean to fully and wholly, completely love yourself without just being condescending or being self-centered? You know? And I'm like, what's wrong with being self-centered?
Everything's wrong with being self-centered.
Sorry, I don't get that, because if I'm being self-centered, it means I'm in touch with my feelings. I'm in touch with who I am. I'm in touch with, what's bothering me, what's not. You get, I'm in touch with how everything is making me feel.
You might be too in touch, you forget the reality.
But that's your reality.
No.
That's your reality. You can't be too in touch with yourself such that you forget what's happening around you. I don't think that's humanly possible.
No, you think the whole world revolves around you, Mbaka. You be like, nah, everybody should be treating me like a princess. I understand the princess treatment. That's we're in that era right now where it's princess this and that. But sometimes you gotta step back a little bit and.
No. No.
Okay.
Honey, no. Sorry. No.
Okay.
If I'm expecting everyone to treat me like the queen I am, that means I'm treating everyone like the queens and kings they are. Right. Give them their respect, give them their space, respect their boundaries, right? Don't overstep. If I'm respecting you, Omo, why they respect me safe? What in they happen? What in they worry you?
How are we gonna learn each other if we don't step on each other's toes and boundaries?
I wanna learn you if you're gonna step on my toes. Get the fuck off. Sorry. No, don't step on my toes for me to learn you. No.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable, unfortunately. That's how the world is. But it's in life.
It is life.
It is life.
That's the balance and the beauty of it, for sure.
It is life.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to talk about red flags in friendships.
Right.
Yeah. I think for me, the biggest red flag is a friend that's always trying to
Right.
Oh, now you know me. Sijui, I've been through this. My life has been hard. Sijui, I went through this and that. Now, ma'am,
Right.
sir.
Right.
Okay,
'Cause-
it happened, and then
right.
like, are you learning through it? What did you learn through it? Because I tend to think the universe gives you lessons. Everything is a lesson, right? Everything is either a lesson or an achievement.
Or an ass weapon from the universe.
That's a lesson.
Okay.
You just learn
Right.
something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You learn whatever situation you're in. If you're not propelling, you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Even in friendships, if you're not propelling, you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not propelling to the next step with my friends, if me and my friend cannot sit down and build something, what am I learning from them? What am I learning that I should avoid? You get?
Right.
What are they learning that they should avoid from me as well?
Mm-hmm.
You get?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Avoid them victim players.
But sometimes, right, you don't, when do you say his victim or their victim playing or they're not venting and that, like...
No, they can vent. It's the sticking there.
Right.
You get? So you vent.
The mark timing up. Or two.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's always all about what you went through.
Right.
Guys, that's exhausting. It's always about, oh, I can't go to the next step because I went through this.
Right.
I do this because I went through the same that
Right.
thing that they went through.
Right.
I can't, I can't.
Right.
Bro, get out. Get out.
Do you know what? I think... Have you gone through therapy? If you can
Yeah,
say
I
pass
have.
if you don't want to answer.
I have gone through therapy.
And
Very
now
proud
you're
of that.
speaking like someone who's healed now. Those people who you say are victim, self-centered like that, it's because they haven't worked on themselves like you have.
But the thing is, you keep on like, okay, for example, let me set a scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, I was maybe the victim of rape or domestic abuse,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as it happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
my whole life was shattered. And obviously, I went through the whole denial, all the 7 stages.
Is this an actual case study?
No, it's a case on point, an
okay,
example.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I go through all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then 3 years down the line, I'm still there.
Right.
I'm still saying, oh, this happened to me, so no, I can't go outside.
Like a trigger warning
this
for
happened to
all
me,
our
so-
listeners who might be in
Oh yeah,
this
trigger. Sorry guys.
situation, yeah.
Yeah. So this happened to me, so I can't look for a job.
Right.
Or this happened to me, oh, I don't feel confident enough to go to school.
Right.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that there's that point where you reach and you feel totally and completely helpless.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you cannot stick there. You remember to move.
Mm-hmm.
You need to remember to get up and move to the next step. Now, there's people that form their relationships and their friendships based on that, based on a tragedy that happened to them.
Right.
I recognize that it can take forever, but honestly, like for real, honestly,
Yeah.
there's no timeline
Right.
for healing, right? There's no
Right.
timeline. You can take even centuries,
Mm-hmm.
but for real, you cannot just be sticking there.
I get what you mean, V. It's like when we were watching that Epstein,
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein thing.
right?
You
And
can't
then
just
we saw these
stick
victims
there.
from the 90s coming out in 2023,
Mhm.
20 years plus later, and they're still,
No, remembering is a different thing,
right.
and going through the emotions is a different thing.
Mm.
Where it like goes south, where I feel you're responsible partly for also where you're at, as much as God, yani, as much as things just went south, left, yani, as
Yeah.
much as things just smashed against the wall in your life,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot possibly stay in that point, in that position, in that lowness, in that whatever it is, forever.
And then using it as a
then-
basis to
yes.
form friends. And
Yes, and then using it as
privileges.
and then using it as a basis to just be like, oh, just feel pity on me. I went through this.
I get what you mean.
Get out.
Mm.
Get out. Get out. People go through things, everybody goes through things.
Yeah.
It is up to you to make the conscious decision. It is your responsibility, actually, to make the conscious decision to move forward, to get yourself out of that situation, that feeling, that helplessness, that whatever it is that situation made you feel. It is up to you to find your healing.
True.
You know, find your healing, seek it yourself. That's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to you wasn't your fault. And we get that and we sympathize.
Right.
But you cannot be in that same spot. Oh, this happened to me,
And that's it.
so I'll stay there.
Right.
This happened to me. Ma'am, sir, get out.
Yeah.
Get out. Just out.
It creates more mental disorders to some extent, because it's always playing at the back of your mind. You know, I'm a victim, so you end up with multiple personalities.
Exactly.
I'm not
And
expert.
there's people that just tend to sponge off of you, off of your niceness, off of your, you empathize, off of your,
right.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Right.
You know, even off of your time.
Right.
Off of your energy as well.
Right.
It's fine. Things happen. Take your time.
Yeah.
Take all the time in the world you need to recuperate.
Right.
But the point is to recuperate. The point, the point is not to just stay there. The point is to, okay, fine, it happened. How can I live through?
Right.
How can I love myself? How can I go back to love? Or how can I, upgrade? Or how can I move on from this? How can I say, okay, yes, it happened.
Right.
What do I do now?
Yeah.
It's not, it happened. Come on.
Right.
Come on. And then it's those times that, as your friend, I'm not even allowed to be happy now.
Right.
You get? I'm not allowed to live my life because I'm just there thinking, my friend is going through it. Get out. Out.
So you're supposed,
Hey, and you're not even actively looking for ways to combat whatever it is that happened to you.
Right.
You're not looking for therapy. You're not looking for friends. You're not going to maybe a hospital. You're not reaching out at all. You're just there
but maybe
things
them
happen.
Not reaching
things
out
happen.
is a form of reaching out. I don't know.
It's not my response. Sorry. I know this sounds mean, but honestly, it's nobody's responsibility to check on your well-being as a person. It is nobody's responsibility to check whether or not you're okay.
Right.
It's your responsibility first.
Okay.
And if you feel like you're not okay, you talk, you reach out. It is your responsibility to look for a place to reach out. Yes, there's a time that you feel, oh God, I can't. I just want to shut down. Shut down. In fact, it is recommended to shut down.
Right.
Shut down, but you cannot shut down forever. You get? It is your responsibility. Okay, this happened. Do I have any control over it? No. Can I change it? No. Would I have done anything different? No. And even if you did, who's to say that it wouldn't have happened? Whatever situation it is, it wouldn't have happened at different times.
True.
You get? Is it in your control, whatever happened? No, it's not. But is it in your control now to take care of yourself?
Right.
Is it in your control now to seek the help that you need?
Right.
Is it in your control now to say, oh my God, you know what? I'm feeling this kind of way. I'm feeling this type of way. And I need to seek help. I need to look for someone who's going to help me out.
Right.
I need to talk to someone.
Right.
That's your responsibility.
But this goes back to what I was telling you in the beginning, the charity begins at home thing, right? How did you deal with that sort of environment around you? How did you withdraw? What did you do at that point when you were faced with negativities in your life at a young age?
At a young age, I just used to talk.
Right.
And if I don't talk to somebody specifically, I will journal.
Right.
I will literally sit down with pen and paper and write. Then at some point, I remember in school, our pen and paper was anyone could get a hold of it.
Right.
And people, it's school, obviously people are going to talk and maybe you've written your utmost secrets.
Yeah.
I used to take a stick and a leaf.
And what are you doing with that?
I write.
What are you writing on a stick?
because there's nobody that's gonna go looking for leaves.
Them secrets were deep, huh? At 5 years
I
old.
don't want nobody to know. No, that was like, maybe like primary school, late primary school, high school there.
Damn.
Primary school, what's disturbing you like that?
I mean, I'm like, girl.
If it's disturbing you, it's just like, oh, okay. That happens. Okay. Okay.
Right, yeah.
But when it reaches to that point, you're like, no, I need to like release. I need to let it out.
Right.
And I feel like that's how I've always dealt with things as well.
Right.
Even now that I'm an adult, if something bothers me, if something is phasing me,
right,
I'm gonna talk about it.
That and then
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
And if I can't find the words for it, I will sit down with myself and form the words depending on how I feel.
Yeah.
Like I'll sit down and be like, oh, yeah, so this is what I feel.
Done this.
So this is, I identify the feeling first. People don't identify the feeling. You just feel angry, and then you feel sad, and then you mix all that up, and you don't really identify what it is.
That's quite
and
deep,
then
actually.
Yeah, and then it ends up being, oh, I'm depressed. No, honey, you're just angry.
Right.
Or you're just sad
Right.
that something happened, something didn't go your way. You get, there's definitely
Just
depression for
off
real.
or something.
Yeah, there's definitely depression,
Right.
like what's I don't want to say what's causing the depression,
Right.
because sometimes there's no actual cause for it. It's
Right.
chemical sometimes.
Right.
You get, but if it's a feeling that comes and goes, I will sit down with myself and be like, okay, what's that feeling? Identify the feeling first. Know what it is. Yeah. Identify the trigger.
Right.
Always identify the trigger, because that's where your answers are at on how to deal with the situation you're in. Identify the
you don't
trigger.
want to deal with the situation. You just want to bury your head in the sand and then.
But if, you can't bury your head in the sand forever. That's the thing. That's my point. Burying your head in the sand is a given. It's allowed. I mean, we're all human. We're not elastic.
True.
We're all human. We break
break
under
the
pressure
point.
sometimes.
Yeah,
You get?
Yeah.
I get that. But there reaches a point where it becomes your responsibility to fix it. You cannot, and I cannot stress this enough, you cannot live your life up to fate.
Ooh, why not?
You have to make a decision for your life. Now whose life is it if it's not yours? Who's gonna make the decisions for you?
The universe.
Why?
Why not? The universe brought me here. They know
But that's
the universe has
thing.
been here before me.
Have you heard of that saying, you're the author of your life?
I never heard of it.
You're the author of your life.
Okay.
That's where we're given free will.
Right.
So you can choose between good and evil.
Right.
Yeah. So sorry guys, that's my baby girl. You choose the decisions you make. Like, you make decisions every day. You wake up, you make a decision on what you're going to eat, what you're going to dress up in, what time you're going to leave the house, all that. Why can't you make important decisions such as, I'm going to keep this friend because they're beneficial to me, or I'm going to let go of that one because they're not, or I'm going to set this boundary with this friend because they've come too much or they've gone too much.
Right.
You get?
Yeah.
Or I'm going to make the decision to do this career. You get? I've studied for this, yes, but I don't want it anymore. I'm going to choose this one.
Right.
I'm making a decision to have a baby. Not just, hello, I'm pregnant.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. If you're not ready for it, why are you indulging yourself in it?
Right. So you're the author of your life. I get that now.
You really are. You're not the author of the circumstances of your life.
Yeah.
But you can be. That's where now Money Matters come in, guys. Tune in to the African Warrior Show. They're going to be talking about finances and that soon, hopefully. Right? Boop, boop. But like, you get, you're the author. It's You choose how your life is going to go based on the situations you put yourself in, the people you surround yourself with.
Right.
You make decisions, and I get that sometimes these decisions may not be the best. You don't beat yourself up for them.
True.
You learn, and then you try again. You learn, and then you try again.
Right.
And if it doesn't go your way, you take those 2 lessons. So it didn't go the first time, and the second time, you take those lessons. You do it again.
Yeah.
You learn, and you try again.
So how many chances do you give to your friends before you're like, bye, out of the door?
You do what?
How many chances do you give your friends? Like, they cross the boundaries one time?
Not long, by the way. 3 chances, you're done. 3 chances and you're done. Anyway, guys, again, call us, talk to us on WhatsApp, send a voice note, communicate with me, guys. That's that's +44 745 9906822. Call the studio on 014 1530 2787. Alternatively, you can hit us up on Facebook at Jambo Radio Scotland, Twitter jamboradio.scot, and Insta jamboradio.scotland, or email us at info@jamboradio.co.uk, or download the app. Now, that's all we've got time for today. Hopefully we'll get more time with the producers. I'll talk to the producers, we get more time, because we have a lot to talk about, right, guys?
Yes, we do.
Right, but that's all we have for today. We'll see you next week, same time, same place, same day. Mwah. All the love.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bars. Bye.